Hello everyone, Mario here with another quote discussion Friday for you. Let's get right to today's quote. So today's quote is very topical, very current in what's going on in society, just in general. Uh, every nation is going through it, every community is going through it, where we are not really taking the time to look at each other's point of view. You know, we are labeling each other and we're pointing fingers at each other and we're categorizing each other, but we're not really saying, I understand you, I get your point of view, because we're so busy telling our point of view. And when you have two people pointing fingers at each other and you have two opposing viewpoints going at each other, there's really no time in there. There's really no opportunity to communicate. There's really no opportunity to say, I get what you're saying. And even nowadays, what I've experienced is a lot of people, they say they understand, or they'll just say, yeah, 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 I agree. They're really just so busy saying stuff, um, but really what they're trying to say is finish so I can say my point. They're not even listening. They're just saying their point. They just want to get to their point. So that's not really communication either. So what's happening now, and it's being fueled by politics, is being fueled by environmental talk, is being fueled by economies. There's a lot of things going on that are distressing to people. There's a lot of things that are angering people, that are making people sad, depressed, anxious. And when that happens, you have to point a finger at somebody, because most people aren't going to blame themselves. Let's be real about that. Um, Not that you do have to, point a finger at yourself, because you may not be the one to blame. It may be out of your control, like most of these things I'm talking about. But if you listen to the people that do have the blame, they're trying to pass the buck to somebody else. So then that just makes everybody's being defensive. So if everybody's being defensive, who's listening? There's nobody listening. Everybody is saying, well, it's you. And no, it's you. Well, it's your fault. Well, no, it's your fault. Because you're this, because you're that. And really, we're starting to forget who we are as a people. We're starting to forget who we are as a human race, where we're putting color, religion, you know, nationalities, we're putting all these things before we just say, hey, I get where you're coming from. I understand, you know, but here's my point of view. And now you can have a conversation. I understand that point of view. Here's my point of view so you can understand me. And I want to understand you. So that's the conversation that we should be having. That's the conversation that society should be having. But that's not the conversation we're seeing, you know, on a bigger scale. Um, Hopefully, it's this conversation that's going on a smaller scale. Um, but if you go on social media and things like that, you will just see that there's a lot of, pointing fingers and talking about this person, talking about that person, saying this person's fault, that person's fault. And we really need to get away from that. We need to start being the change we want to see in this world. And it needs to start with us. It needs to start with us trying to listen more, us trying to understand more, and hopefully that can be a guiding light, an example for people to also follow and say, you know what, that makes sense. Let me try that. Let me try listening. Let me try to understand. Let me try to accept this issue or whatever it may be. So that's my take on it. I'd love to hear your take on this. Once again, this is a quote discussion, so let's have some discussion on this. Feel free to comment below, leave your comment below, and let's try to get a nice dialogue going on this. Of course, you can go back on the channel and you can see the other quote discussions. You know, this is number 48, so there's 47 other great topics and quotes to read about, listen to, and everything else. So while you're on the channel, please feel free to look at Society Soul music videos. Feel free to check out all the other Society Soul videos. And of course, subscribe, comment, like, and share. While you're here, while I have you here, please also feel free to follow Society Soul on social media, which is Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. They're all Society Soul. You can also go to societysoul.com and learn a lot more about Society Soul. Working on new music now. It's sounding awesome. I can't wait for you all to hear it. There's going to be a lot of new stuff coming out. A lot of new pictures, a lot of new information, a lot of new music. So, you know, this is the perfect time to start following Society Soul. Start letting your friends know about it. Let's get the word out. And until the next one, I want to say thank you for listening. Thank you for your support, and God bless. Goodbye.